Hey, what is up guys? Aldo here. So I'm going to give you a quick update on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and AVAX right now. AVAX kind of looks like how a lot of the altcoins look like right now with split RSIs in the 2-day. So that analysis, I feel like a lot of altcoins will kind of follow what AVAX looks like right now. So what I want to start off by showing you is the 3-day is going to print a red dot pretty soon. You've been above the zero line for a long time here. Look at this, a long time. So when it does finally print, I think that's going to bring us down a good amount. You've been in this ascending wedge for a while. If you guys aren't familiar with traditional TA, ascending wedges typically break down bearishly. If you break out of this, this would give you a technical target of, somewhere probably around here. I'm not the biggest traditional TA guy, but, 19, 20K, somewhere around those general areas if you break downward, which a lot of times when we do see bottoms, even when it is the bottom, I'm not saying it is either way here. It's hard to really say right now. But, not saying it is the bottom, but you would, even if it is, you would get probably another test close to this area right here. And I think Ethereum could probably bleed a little bit harder against Bitcoin right now. It'll be interesting to see what happens, though. We'll talk about Ethereum in a minute here. So 2-day, red dot, your RSIs are kind of split and curving down. This has a strong notion to bring us down a good amount. I would say that's more bearish. Look at this VWAP. It's generally been above the zero line for such a long time. It's due to come deep, kind of like over here. Finally, get some trajectory downward. That's what I'm looking for. Daily, confirmed, red dot. Looks relatively similar to over here, even with the RSIs are split here, which would make it more bearish. But over here, money flow, similar, high area, RSI starting to curve down. So that is a little bit worrisome, I'm not going to measure out, the 60% or whatever. Well, I will, but, I don't think, it's a little bit premature to already make accusations of coming down another 63% real soon, because sometimes things have looked like this after we did bottom out, especially in the last cycle, and you didn't come down. You already bottomed out. You maybe came down 10, 20% or something. So that's 9K right there. I don't think that could happen unless we go into a really bad recession. Keep in mind, though, September is a very bad month historically for both Bitcoin and the S&P 500. If we have like a lot of official news next month that the U.S. is in a recession, S&P comes down a lot, I could see September being a bloodbath still. Moving on, your 16-day choppy but in the red again. I mean, these two brought you up when you came into the red, so possibly could be a bullish sign. However, I mean, one of these will bring you down eventually. One of these crossovers will eventually bring you down. It could be this one, and I see what I'm seeing on the 2-day and the daily with the split RSIs would make it more likely that this is the one that breaks you out of the wedge, brings us down. Now, we've been in this ascending wedge for about 2 months now, and if you look historically, the longest time I've seen us be in an ascending wedge for Bitcoin is about 2 months. We're either going to break up or break down. I think it's more likely we break down, especially how overheated the S&P 500 looks right now. I should show you a chart on that in a little bit as well. So yeah, curving into the red here, going on to some of our lower time frames, same thing. You're just coming back into the red. Is it the time that brings us down, or do we have another leg up here? Could also have a double top pattern. That's possible, but it's August 17th right now. We kind of started in this wedge around June 15th, so I think any day now you're going to break up or down. You're going to break one way or the other, so it's going to happen relatively soon. Your 4-hour, decent curvature. Okay curvature, not perfectly what you want to see coming into the red. Neither of these times really gave us, of any of these times in the red really gave us anything. This could be the time that finally brings us downward. Usually, your RSIs are definitely closer, at least a little bit closer than they were over here, and they're split apart more. That's more bullish, that you would just continue forward, but I think they could come more close together here, come down farther. So yeah, 3-hour, money flow generally coming out, same type of deal. 2-hour blood diamond, that brought us down to the spiral line we're playing with right now. Back in the red, though, I'm not seeing too much of a case to make for a nice bounce off of the spiral line just yet. You may get a bullish div here. Maybe you can get a nice little scalp out of that. That's what I'm looking for. You got a bullish div on your 30-minute right here. That area, you'd be kind of sideways if you took that trade right now. So I don't know if I would really want to take it just yet. I'm kind of waiting. I'm kind of being on the sidelines. I got some shorts in If you were watching my live stream kind of some Chad shorts and just swing trades that you could kind of hold on for a while. That's what I'm looking at right now. Those work really well in a trend direction, so you can just hang out by the pool while you're waiting for that to happen. Really short term, your 3 minutes looking pretty good. You come up a little bit in the short term, maybe we're sideways for the day before we break out one way or the other. Moving on to Ethereum. So Ethereum has really done extremely well, obviously. Up about 130%. Now, the last time we came up 130% here was, believe this general area was about 130%. I can't see it. Yeah, 130%. You're poised to have some sort of correction, and it would be healthy to come down around 30% here. If you come down 30% and look, split RSIs in the 2-day, like I was talking about, just like here, this one brought us down, a ton, obviously, 75%. Maybe this is not as bad. This just brings us down to like 29, 30%, 1,400. That's a big place to get into Ethereum. Ethereum's really proven itself in this bear market. The other thing, though, is everybody's talking about Ethereum right now, which makes me, for obvious reasons, when everybody's talking about something and how it pumped up so much, what's going to happen? I mean, you may have some more scam wicks upward, but you're going to have at least a healthy correction. So 30% is always pretty healthy for ETH. I'm looking at this point right now. So moving on to, and what we could do too is the split RSIs here. This was a bloodbath. September, it could be the same thing. Who knows? Could be a nightmare. 75% downward, bring us right around to this spiral line, like clockwork, 500. Or if we have already bottomed out, I don't know if we have. It's hard to really say if we have. I mean, if we don't go into a bad recession, we've probably bottomed out. If we go into a bad recession, I think it will go lower. Kind of like over here, these split RSIs and your red dot there brought us down about 25%. So could just be a 25% correction. Either way, a swing short would work pretty well here in my opinion. 1,500 is also a pretty big area. You see prices sticking there a little bit, probably. Even here, prices stuck to 1,500. It's a big area. 1,400 to 1,500. That's a big area for ETH to look at. I think in all likelihood, you're going to end up coming down there at some point within the next month or so. Red dot in the daily looks very similar to how it did over here. You had to wait for another one, though. You came back up to form your bearish div. So one last wick up. Here, I think it's going to be different. I think you're just going to come down because of the 2-day, especially. Confirms in a day, though, but I believe in regular candles, it's already confirmed. So yeah, I'm a little bit more bearish on that scenario. I don't think there's going to be a last leg up. We'll see what happens. Been wrong before, though. And then red dot in your 6-hour looks like the next big place we want to stick onto is about 1745 here. Money flow generally coming out in your 3-hour, just like Bitcoin. Same deal in your 2-hour. Money flow coming out, money flow crossovers, and you're getting a bullish div on your hourly. So short term, I mean, you could, it's confirms in 4 minutes. You could try to do a scalp long or something. I'm probably not at the moment. Just stick with what I have right now. Money flow generally coming out in the 15-minute, but sometimes when you come into the red here, a lot of times we've been in the red, especially in this bullish environment right now, you get little pumps up. So you could have another pump up to this area for a potential scalp long if you like what you're seeing on these time frames, especially the hourly bullish div right there. The 2-hour may get one pretty soon as well, so it wouldn't surprise me if we come up a bit here. And to move on to what may happen as well, let's look at AVAX. AVAX, same deal with the 2-day. This is another one that I'm a swing short on. This is a big area, 24 or 25, to get down to that place. Now, it's just like kind of here. Split RSIs, curving down. You could argue these split RSIs are even worse, really. These are really bad split RSIs. If this wasn't the bottom that we already hit here in June, you could come down another, people would call me too bearish, but 70, 80%, that general trajectory. If we really look here, if you really go back, I mean, this this area would be big for a bottom. I mean, we've seen altcoins go down a lot, too. I mean, they're obviously very volatile, risky assets. Let's look at what the 86% would be right to $4. It's possible, especially if September is a really bad month. You bottom out there, crazy good buying opportunity. It definitely could be the last chance to really get out, especially if we go into a real recession here. Now, What we could look at as well, two other things to look at. I mean, let's look at Bitcoin Dominance, which has been down lower than what we thought. However, look at this line right here. Look at how prices always tends to bounce off of this level for Bitcoin Dominance. And you're getting a strong buy signal, strong deep amper wave on the 3-day. So I think if Bitcoin Dominance tends to go up, that means the market is going to go down a lot. So that's why I'm waiting to get into ETH right now. I'm waiting for a pretty big pullback. I think this dominance should come up, you know, at least to this area, at least a little bit in the next month, I would say. Maybe even higher. You know, it's just trending up and down here. Trend is your friend, they say. So next pattern would bring us up a bit more. Now, if we look at the S&P 500, let's look at the SPY right now. Or actually, I got something to show you in the SPX. You know, I circled it right here. And if you look at it on the monthly, before the last two recessions we've had, you had that green Heikin-Ashi candle right there, just like what we're looking at right here. Same thing in 2001. Even if you go back to this area, I go back to the 70s because it was a high inflationary area. So to compare to there, that green Heikin-Ashi candle marks a really good place to get out of the market. Now, is that going to happen? I don't know. It's hard to exactly say, but historically, we do know September is a bad month for the market in general. I think September possibly could be very bearish, and that could give us, you know, definitely big numbers down for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the S&P 500. So that's that. We could also look lastly at Ethereum Dominance, which I've been looking at more so lately. Monthly looks good with the, you know, green dot there. However, this green dot, December 2021, gave us, you know, where it was coming downward quite a bit. That kind of marked the end of the bull run where we went into the bear market. Now, weekly as well, you're kind of hitting, could be a double top pattern here. I don't like the money flow here, just curving outward. I do not like the money flow coming down. You know, VWAP curving back down. I think we could start to bleed for Ethereum Dominance, and Bitcoin Dominance is going to go back up. Now, Ethereum's really proven itself in this bear market. I now consider it a blue chip. You know, it's still outperforming all the other alts, but I'm holding off to get kind of a long-term position. I'm very heavy Bitcoin right now. I want to get heavier Ethereum once we have a good pullback to 1400. And that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to buy at 1400, but I'm going to see. You know, I'm going to look at how things are looking at that place, because I do know it is possible to repeat this area right here. I do know this is possible. Now, do I think this is going to happen? Hard to say, but I do know it's possible. I do know it is possible Ethereum could end up between 300 and 600, so I want to prepare for that. I want to have, you know, prepare for that and know what I'm doing here. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed the update. Have a good one. Please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video. If you want to trade, if you're an experienced trader, Bybit, MEXC, BITGET, links down below. And let's see what else is there. I have a really good trading course that a lot of people have really liked down below as well. So check that out if you are interested. Market Cipher, link in the description below as well. So yeah, guys, have a good one. Goodbye.